Alex's first day back from camp. The yellow school bus left camp super early, so I got back to Madison around 2. Only an hour after adult swim ended at the pool, meaning I had plenty of time to call Joss so we could hop on our bikes and head over for a swim. Historically, the first day of summer vacation is also an official Alex and Jocelyn holiday, the first day at the pool. Not once in the past 7 years had we missed a chance to park our butts on the familiar striped lounge chairs and soak up the sunlight and chlorine smell. Even in bad weather, we'd still go and huddle under an umbrella, swaddled in towels. It was only because of camp that we'd missed it, so the day I got back was supposed to be this year's belated first day at the pool. Joss wasn't going to swim until I got back, out of solidarity. Based on the letters Joss had sent me, and her index card countdown in particular, I knew she couldn't wait for my homecoming. When my mom picked me up from the camp bus, she told me that Jocelyn had already called the house 3 times that morning. Now that I had my cell phone back from camp quarantine, I could see she'd also been texting me constantly from her emergency flip phone. "Should I take you straight to Joss's house?" Mom asked. "You must be dying to see her." My phone buzzed with yet another message. "And you, obviously," Mom added with a laugh. That text wasn't from Joss, though. "Lexi. Are you back? It's time F or retie L the rap Y bikini come over my brother YLL drive us." I sort of couldn't believe we were back in Madison and Laura still wanted to hang out with me. "Actually, after we drop off my stuff, can you take me to my friend Laura's house?" Mom's right eyebrow raised, but she didn't say anything. Another text from Joss popped up. "Are you home yet? I'm dying to swim. My mom is making me do yard work till you get back." I swiped the notification away. I'd reply later and just tell Joss that the bus left after lunch, that I got home at dinner time. Maybe we could do a night swim or something. Nothing was magic about going swimming Toto Y, aside from the fact that it was perfect pool weather, sunny and warm with no breeze. It was only a substitute first day at the pool. When my mom pulled up at the Longbottom's huge house, she turned to me. "Do I need to pick you up?" She pressed her lips together like she wasn't sure about what to say. "Maybe in time for a swim before dinner?" I shook my head. "Laura's brother can drop me off when we're done." "Okay," my mom said, tapping the steering wheel. The questioning tone of her voice said she didn't totally approve of my plans, and as my phone lit up again with a new text, she sneakily tried to read it. I pulled my phone away. Mom opened her mouth to say something, taking time to choose her words carefully. "Love ya, bye," I said, shoving my phone into my pocket and hopping out of the passenger seat. I had a feeling I didn't want to hear whatever she was hesitating to say. The way Laura squealed when I got out of the car, you'd think I hadn't seen her in years, not hours. It made me feel really happy and also relieved, convinced that the friendship we'd formed wasn't just a camp thing. Laura and I were real friends now. Friends. I wondered if at the next Walden dance, I'd be in the middle of the floor with Laura, one of the shiny happy people, instead of hugging the snack table with Joss and Shark Boy. Laura whined until her older brother, Zach, who apparently hadn't been informed of his role in our plans, agreed to drive us to the shops at Hilldale, even though the Longbottoms lived close enough that we could have biked. Before Zach agreed, I suggested that as an option. "We'd get all sweaty biking, Lexi," Laura said. "And my hair looks really good today, so I don't want a helmet to mess it up." Her ponytail looked the same as any day. It was perpetually good, but whatever. The stores were filled with back-to-school displays despite it not even being midsummer, but we managed to find a full rack of swimsuits at one boutique. You'd think that because a 2-piece uses less fabric, it would be cheaper. But, no. I flipped the tag on a cool bikini and saw it would cost more than all the allowance and birthday money I had left. "Nope. Too expensive," I said, starting to return the flimsy hanger to the rack. "No offense, Lexi, but we're talking a need, not a want, here. This is not, discretionary spending." Laura beamed. "That's what my mom always says." I hesitated, staring at the cute print. "Just try it on, okay?" I took the bikini back off the rack and headed into the changing room. The straps were confusing to tie. I couldn't tell at first which were just for show and which were there to, keep you covered. Once I finally had it on, I took a deep breath and stepped out. Oh my gosh, you look amazing. Laura clapped her hands giddily. So cute. Buy it. I did a twirl in front of the mirror. I felt kind of amazing, actually. Cool. Mature. I don't have quite enough. Maybe I can come back with my mom to get it. Who was I kidding? She'd never buy it for me. Laura looked really sad for a moment, and then her face brightened. Wait. When was your birthday? April. She pulled her wallet out of her purse and whipped out a bill. Is this enough to cover what you're short? When I nodded, she grinned. Happy belated birthday. That's your present from me. Are you sure? I asked, a little flustered by her generosity. Laura nodded happily. Wow, thanks. She reached over to give me a hug. I'm so excited. You're gonna rock that at the pool. Afterward, we sauntered back to the car, where Zach was still sitting, scrolling through his phone. I'm hungry. Zach, drive us to Michael's, Laura ordered. He grunted in a way that I guess meant he'd agreed. Maybe we should get froyo instead, I suggested, because Michael's frozen custard stand is really close to Jocelyn's house, and I felt guilty going near it when she didn't even know I was back. My phone buzzed non-stop in my pocket. If she called the house again, I hoped my mom didn't spill the beans that I was out shopping. So I sent Joss a quick message saying, bus ride took forever, so tired not sure I'm up or a swim. Then attack a quick siesta cal later. Nope, I want custard. It's like my last hurrah of junk food after 2 weeks of camp slop. Laura was super into eating clean and organic. Her mom had mailed her a care package full of kale snacks to get her through camp. I thought they were awful at first, but the taste grew on me. It's not like Joss will ever know we're there, I thought. She was still weeding in the backyard, according to her last text. Zach parked and grunted again and then went back to scrolling on his phone while gnawing on a protein bar the size and color of a hockey puck. Laura and I headed for the super long line. Her perfect ponytail bounced as she scanned the crowd, looking to see if anyone we knew from Walden was around. I slid my sunglasses down from atop my head, shading my eyes from the late afternoon sun. Then I froze. My heart thumped so hard and loud that whatever Laura was babbling about, I couldn't hear it. My head pulsed. I felt dizzy. There was Jocelyn's frizzy topknot, 3 people ahead in line. I closed my eyes briefly behind the shades, then finally peeked them open. She was alone. She was facing away from us. I don't think she'd seen me yet. There was still time to escape. Why did I want to escape? Guilt, mostly, for all the messages I'd ignored and then my one reply that was more of a medium than a little white lie. For bailing on the promise to let Joss know the second I got home from camp. For skipping out on the rescheduled first day at the pool. I mean, it had been an unspoken agreement that I'd call her right away, but still an agreement. Also guilt for side-eyeing the clothes she was wearing, a pair of scraggly jean cutoffs, the but muddy from doing yard work, over her dry turquoise racing suit that matched mine. I was still clutching my bag from the boutique, with a replacement bikini inside that Jocelyn would never ever dream of wearing. And, if I were being real honest, guilt for feeling like when I was around Laura, I didn't want to be around Jocelyn. I was the teeniest bit embarrassed by her. Lexi. Laura only called me that now. Hello? She waved a hand in front of my face. Of course we'll share a dish, because it's so much added sugar. I'm feeling like chocolate. Cocoa is an antioxidant, you know. I nodded blankly. Jocelyn was up at the window, ordering. As soon as she was handed her custard, she'd turn around and see me. Ma, I should hide in the bathroom. I could stlfakeep emergency, dash inside right now. Too late. Joss turned, smiling lovingly at her turtle sundae, sticking out her tongue to lick the oozing hot caramel and fudge sauce that dripped down the side toward her hand. Then she must have sensed me staring at her, because her eyes flicked upward, and she recognized me. The worst part is that, at first, Joss's face brightened, like when a cloud breezes away from blocking the sun. She must have thought I'd come there to find her, to surprise her. Her mouth spread into a grin, and she began to rush toward me, so eager that the maraschino cherry slid off the top of her sundae and fell to the pavement. She loves those gross cherries. Laura chose that moment to throw her arm around my shoulder and pull me next to her. This line is too luong, Lexi. And I'm starving. It was unmistakable that we were there together. Jocelyn stopped short a few feet in front of us. My mouth opened and closed, then settled into a grimace to match Jocelyn's. Hey, Alex, she finally sputtered. Hi, Laura. Her voice turned up with confusion. Oh, hi. I think you got a little something on your shorts? Laura gestured at Joss's crusty cutoffs. I couldn't see Laura's eyes, because of her mirrored shades, but I'm sure she was smirking at me. I elbowed her sharply while mouthing Ori to Joss. Lexi. We're up. Laura tugged me toward the counter. Hang on, I gotta get my custard, I mumbled, letting myself be pulled away. Laura asked for a junior-sized chocolate in a dish with no sprinkles and 2 spoons. The only good thing about that boring order is that it took about 2 seconds to scoop. I looked back to the round picnic tables, expecting to see Jocelyn sitting at one. We would head over, and I could explain that Laura had been at camp with me. I hadn't written Jocelyn a single letter, or even an email, so how would she know that Laura and I were friends now? But by then, 3 hyper-toddlers were crawling all over the tables and Joss wasn't sitting down. I scanned the parking lot and adjacent playground. No sign of her. I guess Jocelyn left? I asked, feeling my stomach twist. Laura shrugged. Whatever. Don't let me eat all this myself. She pushed the still full custard dish into my hands, and I took a bite. The custard, too cold, gave me an ice headache immediately. I squeezed my eyes shut, willing it to go away. Even after it faded, I felt awful. Actually, I don't think I'm hungry anymore. Abandoned. And melting on the table next to ours was an untouched turtle sundae, missing the cherry. As I stared in the direction of Jocelyn's block, I imagined her hurrying up the sidewalk to her house, shoulders hunched, then slipping inside, the screen door slamming behind her. I didn't let myself imagine how sad and confused her face must have looked.